Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Poems with PJ. It's day 6, and as usual, we've got loads of you who have been getting in contact with us to share your favourite poems. Some people requesting some poems for me to read, which is wonderful. And again, loads of people getting in contact and asking me if they can read the poems that they've written at home, because of course everyone's now inside their houses. We got the word the other day that we've got to stay indoors, and we've definitely got to stay in now and not go out unless we really need to. Now that's kind of caused lots of changes for people. I mean, I shouldn't even really be here right now. I should be at an appointment. I should be at the dentist today, right? I looked in my diary. I was supposed to be going to see my dentist, but my dentist isn't open. Now I had to change my dentist because I found out that not my new dentist, but my old dentist was telling porcupines. He was telling me fibs. You know how when you go to the dentist and you are stuck in the chair and you got your head back and you're going ha 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 ha, ha like that, because they always have your mouth open, and then they're always looking in and they say things like and 7 and 2 and 4 and 9 and up and down and 7. I think they're doing a crossword when they do it, right? I have my mouth open going ha ha ha, and my old dentist used to say to me, "You eat too many sweets." And I'm like, "Oh, really sorry." And he said, "And you drink too many fizzy drinks." And I go, "Oh, I'm really sorry." And then I found out that my dentist was telling me fibs, because I saw my dentist in the supermarket and he was pushing his trolley along, and I went, "Hello," and he went, "Hello," and I was pushing, and as I saw his trolley pass my trolley, I looked inside to see what was inside his trolley. The biggest bag of sweets that you've ever seen. I was unbelievable, it was. And so I changed my dentist. And this is a poem all about my old dentist. I like sweets. They're lovely. They tingle on my teeth. My dentist says they're nasty. But I know that underneath his worktop, where his things are, his brush and drill and things, is a massive bag. A massive one of tasty jelly rings. And so that one's for my old dentist, who I don't go to anymore. Barry, my new dentist, hello if you're watching. I'll be back with you and we'll do our appointment at some point or another. Right, so that was our first poem of the day, and it was called Pants on Fire Dentist, which is about my old dentist. But as I said before, we're going to be sharing loads and loads of poems. And on day 1 of Poems with PJ, I read a poem from this book. It's Michael Rosen's A to Z of Poetry. It's a really good book, and it's got loads and loads of fantastic poems for children in it. And if you can get yourself hold of a copy, you'll have to probably order it online nowadays. Or I think there might even be a Kindle version, you don't know. But in this poem, right, in this book, there are loads and loads of poems. And some of the things we're going to do today are going to be about pictures. And I know that I've seen online, you've got loads and loads of fantastic pictures that you've been doing every day. And some of you have sent some pictures to me today, so I'm going to be talking about those in a little while. But this first one, this one's by Trevor Harvey, and it's called The Painting Lesson. And I'm sure that's what some of you have been doing today. But this one's all about somebody who was at school and they did a picture, a painting picture. It's got voices in it too. "What's that, dear?" asked the new teacher. "It's Mummy," I replied. "But mums aren't green and orange. You haven't really tried. You don't just paint in splodges. You're old enough to know you need to think before you work. Now have another go." She helped me draw 2 arms and legs and a face with a sickly smile, a rounded body, dark brown hair, a hat, and in a while she stood back with her face bright pink. "That's so much better, don't you think?" But she turned pale when at 10 to 3 an orange-green blob collected me. "Hi, Mum." So there you go. Teachers may think they know everything, but actually sometimes our mums and dads are orange-green blobs. Well, I'm certain they are in poems. And that was a lovely poem, and that was by Trevor Harvey in this book. Now, there's another poem in this book which I want to share with you, and it is one of my favourite poems, and it's by a lady called Sophie Hannah. And it's not a very long poem, but it is a very nice poem, and it's all about the world and about different ways we can look at the world. And I thought at the moment, because obviously everyone's connecting up with each other and speaking through the internet and talking on telephones and sending messages to each other, actually we're making the world a very small place at the moment because we're helping each other out. And this is called The World is a Box. My heart is a box of affection. My head is a box of ideas. My room is a box of protection. The past is a box full of years. The future's a box full of after. An egg is a box full of yolk. My life is a box full of laughter. And the world is a box full of folk. And that's all we are. We're just a big box full of folk, all helping each other out all the time. All right? And that one was by Sophie Hannah. And you can find it, as I said before, in Michael Rosen's A to Z of poetry, from Agard to Zephaniah. Those are the poems that are in there. And so, we come on to your poems that you've been sending us in. Now, we've had some lovely people get in contact with us about poems they've written, either that they've written if they are still in school, because I know some of you are still in school during the daytime and are coming home in the afternoons, but some of you are at home and doing homeschooling as well. And this first one was from Tilly and Molly. They actually wrote this as a song together. So hello Tilly and Molly, first of all. Thank you for tuning into the show. And they wrote this as a song. Now, I've promised everybody that I will not sing. All right, because you don't want me to sing in the afternoons. If I sing in the afternoons, that will make everybody's ears hurt. So what I've done is I've taken their words for their song, and I have turned it into more of a poem. All right, I haven't changed any of the words. These are just their words. Now, it's quite a dark poem, but actually it's because at the moment people are probably a little bit frightened about what's going on. They're looking around and going, well, this isn't normal. This isn't what we expect to see. And they looked out of the window, and when they saw out of the window, they saw that things were a little bit different. Here I am, all alone in darkness. You woke up this morning, got out of bed, everything is fine. But instead, the very next day, when you wake, everyone has made a mistake. Where am I? I'm losing my mind. Not a single person I can find. This is insane. It can't be. I'm starting to think that my eyes can't see. Silence fills the streets all over town. Everywhere you look, no one to be found. And that is a bit strange, isn't it? When we look out the window, we see people bustling about, going to and from their jobs, or going to the supermarket, or going to the doctors, or going to wherever they've got to go for the day. But at the moment, we're all kind of stuck in, and we're like, oh, you know what? It's a bit strange. It's a bit different. And it's okay to feel like it's a little bit frightening, a bit scary sometimes. The good thing is that we know we've got people nearby us that we can talk to, and that's the important thing. And the other thing is that some things on the outside aren't any different at all. And that is where I come to Ivy. And Ivy got in contact with us just this afternoon before we went on air. And Ivy's dad has sent me this amazing picture that Ivy has done of some kingfishers. And kingfishers, if you look, it's an absolutely beautiful picture of kingfishers. And she's coloured it in all herself. Ivy's only 6 years old. And she has written some lovely words to go with her picture of kingfishers. Gleaming feathers, golden flickers, kingfishers. Fast as black fire, orange spears, hollow water divers. What a lovely way to describe kingfishers. Look at that, with their orange spears on their as their beaks. That's a lovely way of describing them. So thank you very much, Ivy. It's brilliant. What we're going to do with any pictures that we get, because people they emailed this picture to me, we're going to put the pictures up here, and we're going to create a bit of a gallery behind us as well. All right. And talking of our gallery, This is where you will have noticed that every day we have something new and a brand new poem. We had our unicorn last week and our dinosaurs and our flamingo that was pink. We had our dog poem yesterday, and we've got a frying pan. A frying pan has appeared on our set. What's going on with this frying pan? It's a bit strange. Well, it's all right. It's because Thomas and I have been working, as I mentioned yesterday, on a brand new collection of poems. Obviously, we're both stuck at home at the moment. So what we've decided to do is write some brand new poems and draw some brand new pictures, and we're going to create a brand new book during our time, because that's what we've got to do. We've got to use our time wisely. Now, if you remember, Thomas and I have already got 3 books. We've got My Bottom Did a Burp in Class, and we've got Wibbly Wobbly Words, and we've got The Man in the Silly Hat. But now we're thinking of some brand new poems. And this poem that I wrote is called Deeper Meaning. And at the end, I will show you Thomas's picture that he drew. And it's all about falling asleep while you're watching the television and the dreams that we can sometimes have, because our dreams are sometimes very, very strange. I dreamt I was a frying pan. A purple one with wings. I flew all round the kitchen, always bumping into things. My brother was a toaster, but his popper wouldn't pop. We filled him up with marmalade and then washed him with a mop. That's when our next door neighbour came in running with a spoon. Quick, she said, there's llamas dancing round in your front room. We burst in through the doorway, but there was nothing to see. Just a picture of a hamster and a rainbow-coloured key. Before I got a chance to work out what was happening, I woke up with a wah and heard the television sing. It turns out that I fell asleep while MasterChef was on. My brain gets weird when hungry. Where have all the biscuits gone? So there you go. That's our poem. It's the first one in the new book, and it's called Deeper Meaning. And if you look, Thomas has drawn a picture of me. I have a yellow-coloured top on, right? And I've fallen asleep and I'm dreaming of all sorts of things like our next door neighbour, and the television's on, and the television's obviously it's MasterChef. It says, oh, a lovely cream sauce. That's what it says. So somebody on MasterChef is giving us a lovely cream sauce. Well, Thomas is going to carry on working hard on his pictures. I'm going to carry on working hard on my new poems as well. You'll be the first people to hear them because we'll be sharing them here. And of course, any other pictures or poems that you've got for us, we will show them on here, and then we're going to put them up here in the gallery. And I will be making sure that our frying pan now joins our collection of stuff that we've had all the way through with Poems with PJ. Well, thank you very much for tuning in again today. It's been lovely to talk to you again, as ever. If you've got something new for us, please send it to pauljenkinspoet@gmail.com, and we will do our very best to get it on the show and share it with as many people as we possibly can. Stay safe, everybody. We'll see you soon.